so that we can talk about the Sun moving into Leo on the 22nd, followed by Mercury right behind it on the 23rd. So Mercury during these days is actually lined up with the Sun, and as Mercury lines up with the Sun, there's this kind of connection between communication, intellect, Mercury, and the Sun, our consciousness, our willpower. So these are very strong days with Mercury and the Sun traveling so close. As these planets move from feeling, intuitive, caring, responsive Cancer into Leo, we begin a new astrological month. And the new astrological month of Leo sets a very different tone than when the Sun was in Cancer. When the Sun moves into Leo, the Sun is at home. Every planet is related to a sign. Every sign is related to a planet. And the Sun is the planet, we call the Sun a planet in astrology, is the planet that is related to the sign of Leo. Why? Because Leo is a fixed sign. In the midsummer, the Sun is fixed. It shows up the same time, same place, every day. It's relentless. It's bright. It's brilliant. When the Sun shines, we can see what's out there. See, when it's dark, we have to use the moon. We have to use our responsive, our intuition, our feelings. But when the Sun is shining, we don't need our stinking feelings. We can see. That's where we got to go. When we're navigating with a map, we're using the Sun. We see what we're doing. So the Sun is about what's obvious. It's about objective reality. But what happens when the Sun and Mercury together move into Leo, all of a sudden the energy kind of pushes upward and outward, and we want to be on stage. We want to show. We want to make a scene of things. So this is, as these planets move into Leo, they are at the same time as Mars is kind of angry and not expressing itself. And you know what happens when you don't express anger? What does it turn into? Depression. Depression is one thing.
Disease.
Rage is another. Resentment explodes. And so we need to monitor that in our own being, but watch for it in the outer world. So as Mercury and the Sun move into Leo, the energy moves outward. The energy wants to express. We want to express it. Yet Mars, the planet of anger and aggression and assertion, still in Cancer, does a much better job at expressing nurturing and caring than it does anger, and yet Mars, as it squares Uranus, may need to explode. So in our personal lives, it's really important to not wait until the lightning strikes right around July 20th through the 23rd. Instead, keep thinking like, if I was the lightning, what would I do? How would I relieve the tension? Because you see, lightning only occurs when there's no resolution and the positive ions and the negative ions in the atmosphere get stressed more and more and more and more until something has to blow. And we don't want that to happen in our own personal lives or culturally and socially.